there is kind of a hunger in this country because we realize that we've gotten ourselves into a bit of nonsense. Like we're chasing after higher levels of consumption with no limit, and we're not getting any happier because of it.
Pete, also known as Mr Money Mustache, retired at age 30. He didn't win the lottery, get lucky at a startup, or inherit a fortune. He simply started spending less.
These are people who recognize that, like, hey, what if I work on making myself a better person and a happier person instead of just chasing spending more money? And that appeals to basic human logic.
You know what else appeals to basic human logic? Early retirement. Pete has gained a following of loyal mustachians who read his blog and meet for events, like this one in San Francisco.
I just think it's great for the regular world to see that mustachians exist.
I'm on a graduate student stipend, so I make $31,000 a year. Last year, I saved half of that.
I make as much as Brandon, and I probably save about a third of my money as opposed to half.
So about 50 to 60%, yeah.
Many Americans struggle to save at all. So how do families like the Graftons tuck away more than half of their paycheck?
We eat most of our meals at home. We don't really drive around much because we chose to live in the center of a town where everything's within biking distance. And we get most of our entertainment from nature instead of expensive sports events or whatever people spend their money on these days. We've just set up our lives in a way that we felt was most satisfying, and it happens to just cost a bit less.
Less driving and more biking is key to the mustachian lifestyle, and likely one of the biggest differences between their life and yours.
We have what people would consider pretty old economical cars, and they sit in covers on the driveway because we barely have to drive anything. So yeah, automotive lifestyle, car culture is what's missing from our house, and that's the biggest savings. It saves us tens of thousands per year.
Those savings make it possible for Pete to support his Colorado-based family on about $25,000 a year.
No matter how much we try to inflate our lifestyle, it seems to end up about the same. Part of that is because we have our house paid off, so there's no mortgage payment. So really you'd have to add another $10,000 to $12,000 to get the typical comparison for a family with a mortgage.
For Pete, early retirement is all about focused spending. He doesn't think of his lifestyle as frugal.
We actually have a pretty luxurious life. It's the fully equipped American home. It's very nice. It's got like really nice computers, network, stereo equipment.
And he says, you can even live like a mustachian in areas with a high cost of living.
I think people should weigh salary versus cost of living, so you don't move to New York City or San Francisco in order to work at Starbucks. If you're going to come here, you do it because the jobs are amazing here. And if you actually work out the rent versus the income that you can get from San Francisco jobs, this is an even better place to save, because your rent might be $2,000 a month more than it is somewhere else, but your salary might be $3,000 a month higher than it is somewhere else, so you come out ahead.
Melanie is hoping to do just that. Living in Berkeley, where the cost of living is high, she's planning for retirement even before she enters the workforce.
I like school, and I hope I'll like working, but I don't want to do it forever. I would like to retire and have that flexibility and freedom that if I don't like the working life, I can go do something else or have something saved up so that I can do something more risky, maybe entrepreneurial